Are you concerned about diabetes in your Boston Terrier? In today's video, we're going to be covering the 7 signs of diabetes in a Boston Terrier coming up. Hey everybody, welcome to the Boston Terrier Society YouTube channel. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you're someone who wants to learn more about the breed, learn what it's like to be an owner, hear expert interviews, as well as connect with other Boston Terrier lovers just like yourself. I'm Donnie Gardner, the founder of BostonTerrierSociety.com, and today we're going to be covering the 7 signs of diabetes in a Boston Terrier. But before we get started, I basically want to cover what the AVMA says about diabetes. The AVMA is the American Veterinary Medical Association. Diabetes in dogs normally pops up around the 4 to 14 years of age. So basically we're talking older Boston Terriers, and they're really not diagnosed until the 7 to 10 year mark. That's according to AVMA. Today, I brought on Dr. Reinhardt again, and she's going to be walking us through the 7 signs that you can be looking out for in your Boston Terrier to see if they might have diabetes. Not all of these signs are going to be, yes, they have diabetes, but it's at least going to open your eyes, and then on your next vet appointment, you can bring this up. Or if you have a lot of these signs, well, then maybe it's time to talk to your vet immediately. Without further ado, Dr. Reinhardt, welcome to the YouTube channel.
Hey there, Donnie. Thanks for having me on the Boston Terrier Society YouTube channel. I'm really excited to be talking with you today about Boston Terriers.
What are some signs that your Boston Terrier might have diabetes?
The biggest thing that I see with Boston Terriers with diabetes is that they are drinking a lot of water. The first thing I always ask people when they're worried about their Boston having diabetes is your dog drinking a lot of water? Because if not, then your dog probably doesn't have diabetes. Dogs with diabetes usually drink quite a bit of water. That being said, one of the other most common signs is peeing a lot. What happens with diabetes is that there is an excess of sugar in the blood. What happens is that excess sugar in the blood kind of spills over into the urine, kind of drawing water with it. Dogs actually produce more urine. They'll pee a lot more. That is probably the other most common sign that I see in dogs with diabetes is that they pee a lot. The third most common symptom I would say would probably be weight loss. So especially if your dog is eating a normal amount and still losing weight, I think that diabetes should be on the list of possibilities. There is a lot of other things that cause weight loss that might take a little bit more digging. If your dog is, losing weight, there might be a few tests involved. The reason that dogs lose weight with diabetes is that they can't use their blood sugar like normal, because with diabetes, there is a low level of insulin or a lack of insulin. The cells in the body can't bring in that sugar like normal. That leads to the cells not being able to use the sugar, and therefore the dogs will lose weight. If you notice your Boston Terrier losing weight, that might be another sign that they have diabetes. The fourth thing would be they're eating a lot. So sometimes dogs with diabetes will have, a ravenous appetite or eat a ton of food. This kind of goes back to the cells not being able to use that sugar like normal. So the dogs, they will feel hungry because their cells aren't able to use that sugar like they should. The next sign that I normally see would be if your dog is having vision problems. With diabetes, most dogs will develop cataracts at some point. If you notice your dog is suddenly going blind or bumping into things or having vision issues, this might be one sign of diabetes. Again, there's a lot of things that can cause vision problems. It'll take your veterinarian to do a few tests and looking a little bit deeper at the eyes to see if diabetes is the issue. The other sign of diabetes would be cloudy eyes. Cataracts make the eyes look cloudy. That might be one sign of diabetes if you notice your dog has really cloudy eyes. Again, there are normal things that can cause cloudy eyes in Bostons. Sometimes just as they age, their eyes will look cloudy. Definitely having the vet check out the eyes if you start to notice that symptom. And then the last symptom would be if you've kind of missed the other symptoms or if maybe they were a little too subtle. Diabetes can cause dogs to get really, really sick. What I see another symptom of diabetes would be if your dog is weak, vomiting, or doesn't want to eat. And so typically these are more advanced signs of diabetes and suggest that the diabetes is out of control. This condition that dogs get that cause those symptoms is called diabetic ketoacidosis. And that is an emergency condition. I recommend anytime a dog is weak or vomiting or not wanting to eat, that they should definitely talk to their veterinarian right away. That is the 7 symptoms of diabetes in dogs.
Okay, well, thanks so much for sharing those 7 signs. Now, if we do see those signs in our Boston Terrier, what should someone do? And are there tests that can be done? And when is the right time to talk to a vet?
If you think your dog has diabetes and it has one of those symptoms that I described before, I think one of the most important things would be to speak with a veterinarian. Vets can run special tests to check for diabetes, and this might include a urine test to check for blood sugar in the urine or a blood test to see if the blood sugar levels are too high. And I recommend, if you do notice any of these symptoms, to get to your vet sooner rather than later, because I found that a lot of times if we catch the symptoms earlier and owners bring the dogs in quicker, a lot of times we can get those dogs under control a little bit more quickly and easily. So I do think it's really important to see the vet sooner rather than later if you suspect that your dog has diabetes.
Dr. Reinhardt, thanks so much for coming on today.
Thanks, Donnie, for having me on the Boston Terrier Society YouTube channel, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
I hope these 7 tips help you whenever you're thinking that your Boston might have diabetes. Now, she did say contact your vet. Now, if for some reason you don't have a vet currently, or maybe your vet's not available and you want to talk to someone right now, there are companies out there that allow you to talk to a veterinarian 24/7. Pop.com is one of these companies, and you can literally text, you can FaceTime, or give a phone call to a vet. It's a special hotline they have. There is a monthly subscription fee, but you can talk to a vet immediately and they can at least walk you through the process on what you can do next. I have their information in the show notes below. You can click on that. Now, I am an affiliate and I do receive a commission if you purchase one of their plans, but I think it's great if you want to talk to a vet now and you have a lot of health questions related to your Boston Terrier. I hope this video was a lot of help for you. Consider subscribing if you're someone who wants to learn more about Boston Terriers, just so you can get the latest from Boston Terrier Society. If you have an older Boston Terrier, you can check out one of our videos that we did with Dr. Tarantino. There she walks us through how to care properly for elderly Boston Terriers. You can check that out here, or one of my latest videos here. Otherwise, until next time, life is better with a Boston.